Okay, it's
Yep.
loading. All right, everybody, we're back. Today we're trying something new on StreamYard. Right now, we don't have our mics on us, but we think the audio sounds pretty good. Going forward, we will figure out the audio issues. Today, we're going to be talking about obviously Oppenheimer, what our thoughts are on the movie. Let's go forward. Okay, Oppenheimer. Tony, you saw the movie yesterday. I saw it Thursday. What are your initial thoughts on Oppenheimer?
Initially, I would give it about 8.5. I think if he would have shown the A bomb go off on the Japanese, obviously it is something you don't want to see, but at the same time you kind of do, considering this is a movie following the creator of the atomic bomb. I don't know. I think that's kind of weird that he only showed it in the test area. I mean, to see its massive destruction would have been something that makes you hit more to feel like, hey, should we have dropped that? You know what I mean? Showing us what you could have done, what the bomb really could have done to make you think, should we have dropped it on the Japanese? I think that would have hit more, instead of me just looking at it saying, oh, well, I didn't see anything. So my soldiers come home, I'm happy, right?
Right. I agree.
It's kind of
so one of the negatives I have on the movie, and he did this in Dunkirk too, is that he doesn't show the graphic nature of what is happening in the movie. Now, obviously, I don't want
of war,
or especially of dropping a bomb on two major cities, right? Now, I am of the cloth that I think the bomb needed to be dropped simply because we didn't want to cause more deaths to American soldiers than need be. Obviously, at this point in the war, the soldiers had died enough, and it was something that it was a tool to be used to end one of the greatest wars in human history. I would have liked to see how that would have looked on screen. Supposedly for the movie, he didn't use any CGI, so maybe that was a reason as to why he didn't want to show that. What else? So that was a negative that we didn't like in the movie. What's another negative that you saw in the movie that maybe you thought, hey, you know what, he could have done this differently to make the movie better? And by the way,
he also doesn't really. In the beginning, it gets confusing, right? Because you don't know what time period you're in. And he moves around a lot. He goes back and forth a ton, man. He goes from after war, before the war, during the war. And there's times you just don't know what year you're in. And for me personally, I don't need you to give me the year every time, but at least let me know what year we're at somehow, either in dialogue or in a picture or in a news article in the background. Just something, because there's times I don't know where we're at. And then it gets a little confusing. Yeah, in the end, you start to wrap it up and figure out, okay, yeah, he meets Robert Downey's character. It's after the war, or you meet certain characters. But I honestly, I don't know when hit the character that played Jean. I don't know which time period that's in that she supposedly commits suicide or they kill her or whatnot. I don't know what time period that's in, because they don't really state it. And that's one of the main characters. That's one of the problems he's having in post war, what they're trying to sting him with. So it's kind of hard. I would have fixed that problem, man. The timing thing, that right there is a little bit difficult for me to follow, considering the movie's 3 hours long and it jumps a lot. It jumps. Oh boy, does it jump a lot.
I agree. So one side note, we will be, like I said, fixing the audio issue for the next stream and for the next, because we're going to be doing more of these because we're kind of in different locations within Florida. So just for you guys to know, okay? Another negative that I had on the movie is I think they could have shaved 15 to 20 minutes off of the runtime.
I agree.
I liked, I like seeing his relationship issues and some of his demons that he had to deal with as far as building the bomb. I thought that it humanized him, but still there could have been a lot of areas, especially during his college years, that could have been shaved off. And I thought that it would have felt it would have made for a tighter film. So overall, those are the only two real negatives that I have: the runtime and not showing again, just like Dunkirk, the graphic nature of what that bomb would have done. So now let's get into some of the pros of what we felt about Oppenheimer.
Well, real
Um,
quick before you do that, when we say I wanted to see the bomb go off in Japan, I mean like there's a moment where that shot that he shows him in the pilot, like he's piloting the plane that's dropping the bomb and makes him feel like he's responsible for it. Okay, it would have been really cool to just see from an overhead view of the bomb dropping and then showing its massive destruction to the buildings and houses, not from the ground level, not seeing people die. You could have just shown it from above, from the sky, what it could do as the plane leaves off. I think that would have been, just so, like I said, the audience has a better understanding of. I mean, considering this is an IMAX movie too, like take full advantage of it. I don't know. That's just my take on it.
yeah, it could have been an iconic scene like the opening of Saving Private Ryan. It could have been a scene like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
He chose
But
not to go there. Okay, so what are some of your pros when it comes? What did you like about
oh,
Oppenheimer?
everyone's gonna state the obvious. The acting's incredible. I mean, the
Yeah,
acting's incredible. This movie should be nominated. I mean, wouldn't you agree? This movie should be nominated for Best Actor, at least for Cillian Murphy. It should be nominated for Best Actor.
well,
I
I
mean, and
think
Robert
that
Downey for supporting easily,
I
easily.
think that Robert Downey, Emily Blunt, and Killian Murphy all should be nominated. Supporting for Emily, obviously for Robert supporting, and for Killian as a lead. All three should be nominated. I think Christopher Nolan's going to get nominated for Best Director. Now, all the
Uh,
diversity stuff that they've required now from the Oscars, which I'm not a fan of. I don't know how that's going to be handled. I think it would be a
if that plays
travesty.
into effect, then it's not getting nominated at all.
Yeah.
It's not getting
If
nominated.
that goes into effect, then I don't think that they're eligible to be nominated. So I would think that's one of the biggest highway robberies. It's the best movie of the year so far.
Yeah,
Clear
yeah.
front.
As far as going to the academies, I mean, the cinematography with the black and white mixing in some of the angles. Yeah, I mean, come on, this movie's got to be nominated. The
Yeah,
sound. I mean, come on.
movies got to be nominated. Overall, technically, it's the movie. How they created the bomb scenes was awesome. What else? The cinematography, the music. I didn't think was great, but it was still very effective. Uh, some of
The
the editing
sound,
too.
sound.
The editing too, like when they go back and forth and they're, the camera zooms in and out and you see how he feels and what he's feeling and
Yeah.
it's conveying to the scene. So overall, the movie to me in my ranking, I just put it up. It's you can check that video out, guys. I would probably put it fourth right now. It's right where like Memento and Batman Begins is for me. I still think the top three is Interstellar, Prestige, and Dark Knight.
I don't know, man. I think it's that number like 6 or 7 for me on his list of movies. But all his movies are great, right? So it doesn't really take away anything. That's
Yeah,
saying
all
a
his
lot.
movies are awesome.
That's saying a lot
Yeah,
about how great his movies are.
yeah, there's only two movies of his that I really was not crazy about. For sure was Tenet, and
And
then
Dunkirk.
and Dunkirk. Yeah, I mean, Dark Knight Rises, I really like the end, but Dunkirk was just he. I don't like Harry Styles as an actor, and I think he overacts a lot. And not only that, I just
Movie was
thought that
PG-13.
the movie was PG-13. You can't make war PG-13.
Yeah.
You can't, in my opinion. Yeah, it's war. It's not, it's not paintball. Not paintball. Okay, so overall, let's give our last thoughts on Oppenheimer real quick, 1 minute, and give a rating.
Like I said, 8.5. Great movie. I think you need to go see it on a big screen. The sound's incredible, man. They really take full advantage of the movie theaters using the sound for that movie. I don't think it'll hit the same as if I watched it at home, that's for sure. But would I watch it again? I need to watch it at least one more time. I think it deserves another run for sure, just to see if I can answer some of the questions that I have for myself about the movie, because I think it needs another run. So, yeah, great movie, great movie. I think you need to
Yeah.
watch it. Yeah.
So for me, the movie's a 9 out of 10. I'm gonna watch it again. I like the subject matter, which is obviously Oppenheimer and what happened before and after the atomic bomb. I immediately went home and started looking at stuff on YouTube and whatnot. It's pretty crazy some of the bombs that have been built since that they are bigger. Fun fact before I give my rating and we move on to Barbie, the guy in the movie Teller who says until they build a bigger bomb. He actually built a bigger bomb. He's the inventor of the hydrogen bomb. So overall, for me, the movie is a 9 out of 10. It's an all-time classic instantly, and I recommend it to go see it. Okay, guys?